Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Thursday, September 24th, and this morning I am joined by Matt Schoolfield at schools_01 and Boomy at Boomy TCF on Twitter. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Today on the show, we will be talking about the Cubs lose again in Pittsburgh. The offense just not there again. The White Sox get the Indians hit a walk-off home run again against the White Sox. A tough 2 nights for the White Sox. Not happy about the performance and maybe the choice of pitchers in the last inning. Tyrod Taylor gets his lung punctured by the trainer of the team or the medical staff of the Chargers. Gale Sayers passes away at the age of 77. And then we're talking about hockey and NBA playoffs. And then we got Boomy's Wacky web story. Go over to Instagram and Facebook. Follow Typical Chicago Fans on there. Please follow the social medias. Go over to YouTube. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Subscribe to the YouTube page. And then go over to wherever podcasts are. Wherever you get your podcast from. Apple, subscribe, rate, review, anywhere else. Just type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. And then shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Type in Typical Chicago Fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. Go to 26shirts.com Chicago. Follow them on all social medias. Typical Chicago Fans at checkout for 15% off of your purchase at 26shirts.com Chicago. Boys, how are we doing on this Thursday morning? But it's the end of the week for the TCF Morning Show. How we been, boys?
It'd be a lot better if the Cubs could hit.
Yeah, it'd be a lot better if the Cubs could do just about
I
anything.
agree with that.
Wow. We are taping this right at the end of the Heat Celtics. I have the Heat. Matt has the Celtics, so you will see how this goes. Matty, how have you been?
Not good now.
Not good, he says.
I mean, that's
Otherwise good. Good.
Family's
I can't
good.
complain. It's we're coming up on Thursday. It's whatever. It is what it is. This is stupid.
This is stupid.
This is so funny.
Gambling is stupid. Sports are stupid, but we have a lot of them. We have a lot to talk about right now. So we can all join in here. The Cubs lose again in Pittsburgh. Kyle Hendricks gives up 2 home runs in the first inning. It goes pretty much the full game. They bring Kimbrel in for the last out. He had like 90-something pitches in the 9th inning. It's just one of those things. Where is this offense? What are we doing with this offense? We can't go into the playoffs only being able to score 1 run against a pretty awful Pittsburgh pitching staff. What did we score last night? How many did we score last night? 1, 2? Oh, no, we scored. No, last night we scored. Was it last night or the first night they won by quite a bit?
They lost.
They lost last night.
3-2
They lost
last night.
Tuesday.
5 and Monday.
Just.
They got out.
We've complained enough about it, and it's not gotten better.
Yeah, it's a team
been
that
the same story since 2017.
Yes,
Let's just lay the facts out. It's been the same team since 2017 that does the same thing. They go through their hot streaks, they go through their cold streaks, and it just seems like the cold streaks just perpetuate too long.
Yes.
Like I don't know.
It's just like
there's too much talent.
They don't have the cold streaks are longer than the hot streaks. Always with this offense, and you look at it on paper and you're like, dang, this team should be good. Look at all these guys. They've had decent years in the past, but this year it's just no one can put it together. Schwarber, Rizzo has a home run tonight. The only offense they've really had in the last 2 nights is Rizzo's home runs. So I don't know what they do.
It doesn't instill a lot of confidence going into the playoffs when you just don't have an offense that can, that can really start a rally against a shit team like Pittsburgh. You're not going to be facing Pittsburgh. You're going to be facing, you might be facing the Reds at this point. And I don't know if I want to face a team that's got, Luis Castillo and Trevor Bauer to absolutely just zip these bats up in 3 games. And it could be a real problem facing a team like that. So
yeah, I don't know if I trust this team against anybody right now. Can't beat the Pirates. How are we going to beat any team in the playoffs?
Trevor Bauer's probably about sealed up the Cy Young at this point.
Yeah.
And, the way, because not that Darvish has been bad lately, but his last 2 starts haven't been what the rest of his season was. That's pretty obvious. But Bauer's been so good, and you see what a team like that's playing hot and getting ready to go into the playoffs. You got to feel a lot better doing that when your offense is banging, and you got 2 stud pitchers like that. So I don't know. I want to see more. I saw a lot of people complaining about, Hottovy saying that John Lester is probably geared to be the number 3 starter in the playoffs in a win or go home situation. I don't have a whole lot of problem with that at this point. He's been good the last few starts, and he's not going to be like scared in that.
No, I think
situation.
He's proven himself the last few starts. He's worked his way into that playoff spot.
You got Alec Mills then lined up to pitch, if you win, and go from there.
Yeah.
We're in. Earn all hands on deck.
We are in. We just got to figure it out. The White Sox lose again to the Indians on a walk-off home run.
Yep.
White Sox fans
Off of who?
Not happy with Gio Gonzalez going in there in the last inning. Ricky Renteria hasn't been a fan favorite all year. This makes him even less of a fan favorite. I don't really get the move there. Why you put Gio Gonzalez, a guy who usually starts in the game, in that position? But
so Ricky Renteria was just quoted in saying that they had Colomé ready for the 10th inning, expecting that the game was going to go extras. That he only had 1 inning. That just makes
that's why you
sense.
have a closer to get to.
Yeah, you have one of the best closers in the American League, and you're going to trot Gio Gonzalez out there like
and the
you got to be
Indians are a
kidding.
good team. What do you think they're just going to get to an inning right away with this Gio Gonzalez?
Yeah, this is.
That's awful.
You're not out here playing, a bunch of nobodies, and you're gonna, sit Colomé to throw Gio Gonzalez.
Well, not to mention it knocked him into 2nd place in the division now too. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
That's got a bigger issue.
You got to play that managerially like you're in a playoff game. I mean, that's going to be a huge difference in winning the division and finishing 2nd. You got to attack that like a playoff game, and that's just not what Rick did.
Yeah,
right.
It's not going to help anything with the fans, with their love for him, because there's really no love for him. And I would have to say,
at the end of the day, too. I'm sorry, exactly.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, we're talking about the Cubs like they're hopeless, and the Sox how they're just kind of like on a downturn. Their records are pretty damn similar at the end of the day.
Yeah, the White Sox have 2 more wins than the White Sox.
Right.
No, the White Sox have 2 more wins than the Cubs. Sorry.
It's one of those things where, I think everybody knows you got to get in.
And neither team is playing well.
Anything can happen
around this end of the season. White Sox struggling a little bit, more than they have.
Well, I think the young team that they are too is they're gonna realize things aren't going to be handed to you at this point.
And playoffs are going to be a different.
Yeah, I think you got what Luis Roberts on an 0-for-26 streak right now.
Pretty much.
That's just,
well, and now they're the big name in the game. Like people are going to be coming for their heads, man. You're going to be.
Well,
looking
that's what
like
you get too. It's a team that's got a little bit of swagger. They play like a little bit, kind of like, with a little bit of flair, and that's good. I like.
I'd much
that.
rather have that than a boring team.
Absolutely agree. But what that does too is throw a little target on you a little bit.
We figured that out too in the past. The Cubs started winning. They got the target, and people loved beating them. It became one of those. The Cubs are arrogant in their ways, and it's just if you start winning. And you show that you're a little flashy with it, then teams aren't going to like it, but that's good. That means you're doing something right in a way. But like you said, we'll see how both these teams react once we get into the playoffs. Monday, we will have our guy, Dom Frederick, on the show to break down all things MLB playoffs and mostly talking about the Chicago Cubs. the man who got tweeted by you, Darvish, the other day, Dom Frederick. So we'll be excited to have him on the show Monday. But both teams right now.
Hopefully, get some confidence going for
the
us.
morale.
Too,
Morale.
Get us fired up here.
Unfortunately, today, Gale Sayers passes away at the age of 77. He's been kind of fighting dementia and stuff the last year. So CTE. It was the most beautiful thing to watch him run out there, especially back in the day. Just the way, he was so fast, and the way he could break the tackles, and they were always saying that he had that extra step that maybe not even Walter Payton had, but unfortunately his knees did not let him play too long. How long of a career did he have, Matt?
He only had 6 or 7 years in the league.
Yeah.
And contrary to
crazy,
the comments I hear from you,
the equipment that they wore back in the day, sometimes I forget. When you watch the highlights from back in the day, my goodness, they were wearing like nothing.
right?
Those helmets were
make them
so
look quicker.
thin.
Rugby uniforms.
Contrary to what you guys would probably say about me, I did not get to see Gale Sayers play.
No,
live
I know
or
you
person.
did not.
However, no, I'm joking. The over 30.
But it was close, though.
Yeah, quite.
Over
But
30's
actually,
close.
my dad was a big Gale Sayers fan growing up, and talked a lot about him when I was growing up, and how just watching sports with him. It was always a guy that he talked about how great he was, how talented he was. Always the word was how just like blazing fast, and just like kind of ran like a gazelle or a deer was the description. Kind of compared him to like what we saw with Reggie Bush when he was at USC, only kind of doing it on the NFL level and not in the Pac-10. So, just to kind of put a modern day, kind of comp to it, I guess. But, big loss for Chicago, obviously.
Yeah, big loss. We used to do our TCF trivia, and it was one of them. The Bears drafted him and Dick Butkus, I think 3-4 one year in the draft, and both became Hall of Famers. I don't know how you get two picks back to back that early.
not too shabby.
No, not too shabby at all.
Worked out okay.
But let's move on. Tyrod.
That was not a Phil Emery draft. We'll just say that.
Tyrod Taylor's lung gets punctured by the medical staff of the Chargers. Matt, whose wife is in the nursing field, has told us that this is a very risky procedure to do. Well, not procedure, I guess. I wouldn't say, but
the injection is a risky procedure with a cracked rib.
Because then you
what
could
she had kind of
accidentally
explained to me.
puncture somebody's lung. You go from broken
With
ribs.
the fractured rib.
Yeah. Fractured ribs to a punctured lung.
Internal bleeding. It's not a good.
Yeah, that is very, very scary. But what's the timetable on that? Is he going to be back? Is he up for like the whole season, or how does that work?
I don't know.
That's insane.
I think some of it's the severity too, and what the damage the internal bleeding does. And
I'm guessing it's one of those things.
And it's going to depend on like if they can get the lung to reinflate, and everything. So I think you're probably looking at anywhere from 2 to maybe 6 weeks, but I think we're going to see Tyrod back at some point.
Crazy.
And that's insane for as advanced medically as we are, as a society that and I get that, accidents happen. I'm not saying, anything about that end, but it is crazy that, teams that spend millions and millions and millions on medical care and treatment and facilities that, there's still these kinds of things that can pop up. It's just, you didn't expect to see in September of 2020.
You just find out what crazy lengths these guys will go to, though, to play.
Oh, yeah.
That's risky before you do it. Like, it's not like you just accidentally – they accidentally did do it, but if it's going to happen, that needle's got to be very close just even for it to work. So I think that's just the crazier part is that you find out what these guys are really willing to do to play. And now Justin Herbert, I don't know if you give him a few weeks here, maybe he won't lose that job either. So
if he plays like he did, against the Chiefs, it's going to be his job to lose. You might have a a Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe
What
situation.
did Bledsoe do?
That was a punctured lung.
Yeah, same thing.
A punctured lung from Marvin Jones, I think it
Yeah.
was. I think Marvin Jones was the one that sacked him.
That'd be wild. But let's move on. It's been a while since we've had our Matty Pucks NHL playoff breakdown. The NFL could not have come at a worse time for NHL, right during the Stanley Cup, because
Right.
I just feel like it doesn't get as much coverage as the Stanley Cup probably should.
Yeah, it's definitely fallen off.
Just because it's just so much sports going on playoffs. But you know what? If you watch your NHL playoff breakdown, you get it here. Let's hear it, Matty.
Well, it's Stanley Cup Finals. We're in the thick of it now. Tampa Bay won tonight, Game 3. They won 5-2. They kind of steamrolled Dallas. I think they're up 3-0 right off the bat, basically in the first period. And once you do that, Tampa Bay is way too good defensively to kind of let a team back into it. Steven Stamkos made his first appearance of the bubble, coming back from his injury, so he
gets a goal.
Got a goal in his first shot, actually, too. So it was pretty.
Did Dallas pull their goalie there in the third?
I don't know. I checked out of it. It was 5-1. So if they did, it didn't matter because I think Tampa scored their 5th goal like early in the third. So
yeah, I think that was,
it was kind of just an absolute steamrolling. It's interesting too because a lot of the writers that I follow on Twitter and stuff were kind of almost saying Tampa was just looked lifeless, and that kind of flipped big time tonight, as you can tell. And Kudobin kind of was left out high and dry. His defenseman didn't really help him out too much either tonight. So big win for Tampa, obviously going up 2-1, kind of taking the reins of the series. I really like Dallas to come back and win Game 4, though. Way too much talent to stay down for too long. They're a lot better defensively too than they look tonight. So,
but Matty,
so you're saying bet the puck line on the Stars for Game 4?
I keep, if you can get anything decent on an over 5.5, that's what I like again. I know the first 2 games it didn't hit. It did hit tonight, obviously, but anything 5.5 and over, I'm still loving in this series. There's too much offensive firepower on both sides. They're both good defensively, but man, there's just some scores big time on both teams.
Love it, love it. Matty Pucks, NHL breakdown. We are in the Stanley Cup Finals. Boys, we couldn't time this out more perfectly. We're going to go right into the NBA playoff talk. We got 9 seconds left here in the game. The Heat are up 2. Been kind of a wild scene here.
Need Jimmy
Are they going to foul him?
Jimmy to miss a free throw here. Yeah, they fouled him.
Okay, Matt, you're a little ahead of me, so I'm going to need your reaction to be delayed just a little bit. But
I'll pause it I'll pause my TV for 4 seconds.
But just last night, or Tuesday night, the Nuggets came out and beat the Lakers to take the series. Lakers still up 2-1, but making it a series. I don't know how much that's going to go forward, but it's at least a little bit more exciting than maybe a sweep. But they showed that they're a tough team.
We talked about that. I mean, this is a team that hasn't given up, at all during the playoffs, and even just to get where they're at. None of us expected them to just lie down and die, and they showed it last night. So they got a little bit. They got a pulse. They're still in it.
2-1. I mean, they're 1 win away from tying this whole thing up, and they know that they can do it. And they really think about it.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh. They're really one Anthony Davis 3-pointer missed away from leading the series, if you really think about it. So it's close.
I mean that
it's close.
That was such a huge shot that
a guy who's not even that good at 3-pointers.
God damn it.
Love it.
Well, no, but that stroke was so beautiful on that shot.
Oh yeah, I mean,
go back.
I mean, he's still a good 3-point. I mean, just because
yelled Kobe afterwards too. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah,
can't lie.
They always say guys like Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, big guys, they can make 3-pointers. That's just not their job.
Yeah,
it's crazy how just.
But then what did I see that JaVale McGee, Anthony Davis, and one other player on the Lakers combined for less than 10 rebounds last night. So that kind of shows you how well things went for them.
Yeah, and Jokic didn't even have that great of a night. But Jamal Murray he's a superstar. He's a superstar, man.
Dude.
He's good.
Incredible.
He's showing out in these playoffs and really proving that that team is going to be good going forward too. They're just starting, and you know what makes you feel good? I'm pretty sure the guy who is running the Bulls now was there, right?
Yeah, he's the one that kind of.
So it kind of makes you feel good. You see where this team's going, and it's not like they went out and really got players. A lot of those are drafted players, so it makes you feel good that
we'll go get me Jokic and Murray then. I'll feel about that.
Well, I know, but you know what I mean. He had the eye for those guys.
I know exactly. I totally agree with you.
But I would also.
I want those guys.
Yeah, I would absolutely take Jokic.
I don't know if you guys seen the Bulls are doing kind of a bubble thing right now, a little training camp at the Advocate Center. Kind of cool to see them back together a little bit.
Yeah. I saw somebody, I think it was Nick Friedel, suggest that the Bulls go sign Joakim Noah and kind of be the, veteran leader on the team. I don't hate that idea. Obviously his connection with Donovan, being in Florida together, and he's the kind of guy that I think he'd be great with. Wendell Carter and some of the.
It's a great hire.
Maybe marketing.
It's a great hire.
Obviously too. Yeah,
it's a great hire.
It's a great hire.
What did that? Billy Donovan to the Chicago
Bulls. I was
Bulls.
floored when they got it. When I saw the
it's so underrated right now.
I thought he was going.
It's underrated very much right now because, they got a guy who's trusted. Bradley Beal's tweeting at this guy going to the Bulls and all these former players that you could tell
the Bulls are a destination.
Yes,
again. They could be a destination again. They were never going to be a destination with Garpax. They just weren't. The NBA had turned on them. The players in the league had turned on them. They weren't going to ever change their
new
opinion.
Staff.
That was never going to happen.
Who is likable, who is known likable guy in the NBA.
Right.
In the NBA, he is successful. He's led teams to the playoffs.
Come on,
it's just
give me a miracle. Give me a miracle. What are you doing? Unbelievable.
Let's go. All right, so
unbelievable.
Miami goes up 3-1 in the series versus the Celtics. They win 112 to 109. Gordon Hayward comes back, but it's gonna be tough to come back from 3-1 against this. This Miami Heat team is fun to watch, young and good, and especially as Bulls fans seeing Jimmy Butler. Showing out in this play. He is playing well.
Dude, they're going to the finals, and they're going to give LA all they want.
They are. The only problem is they're going to have trouble down low in the post, but I still think Bam can take care of
Absolutely.
it down there.
He's a good enough athlete to stay with Davis outside. He's not going to, I'm not saying you're not going to stop Anthony Davis, but he's not going to be out, what's the word? He's not going to be outdone athletic.
No, you're not going to lose because of that.
Right.
So I'm excited. I really thought that the Celtics would make it more of a series, but right now they look like it's going to be tough to win 3 games against this Miami Heat team right now. Tyler Hero, 37 points.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
21 years old, boys.
5 of 10 from the yard, 14 to 21 from the field.
21.
Second most points in a playoff game for someone under the age of 21. Just popped up on TV.
Even if I didn't bet it or not, this was a fun game to watch all around. It was close all the way. It was back and forth.
The NBA has absolutely nailed bubble sports.
Yes.
The NBA has nailed this.
Yes.
It's been phenomenal.
You guys by chance see that Kevin Garnett said that he would not be allowed in the bubble because it is just too quiet in there and they would hear everything he yelled.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He definitely would have to mute the TV.
That dude's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
that guy.
I'm a fan of his trash talking. I think it's pretty funny. But like I said, Heat 3-1 up on the Celtics, and the Nuggets are down to the Lakers 2-1 in the series. But I think they play tonight to see if they can maybe tie that thing up, or the Lakers take control of the series. Boomy, you got a wacky web story for us?
Yeah, and this takes us down to the wonderful state of Florida that always keeps us on our toes. And I don't know what's going on in Florida. I hardly ever want to know.
But a man was the Thursday morning special is Florida wacky web story.
It's got
to do a staple.
There are a plethora down there. But a man was caught, and this makes me really I don't know. I'm lost. But a man was caught stealing certain items from a veterinary clinic outside of St. Augustine, Florida. They have pictures of this man going through different items at the veterinary clinic and then grabbing a box as he was leaving it. About 20 minutes later, the truck was seen in the parking lot. A man wearing the same clothes came by, stole the box. And this box contained 4 vials of cat blood.
Ew.
Does anybody have any idea what this psychopath is looking to do?
Honestly, don't want to know.
Was it Charlie Sheen? Remember, he was in the tiger blood thing back in the day.
Yeah, but I think this is like little kitty cat blood.
Ew.
I don't think.
Why do they have that?
I mean, they do like blood tests on animals.
Oh,
yeah, they'll do the.
But no, actually, you know what, Boomy? I think
that
could be the greatest mystery of all time. I'll just leave it up to that.
And I don't think
anyone
they've
should
caught
ever
him.
figure out why.
They have a suspect, but what in the hell is going on that you're stealing 4 vials?
I don't think you want to know.
That's got to be satanic ritual, right? That's the only thing that makes sense.
Like I said, I don't think you want to know because that is scary.
You're going to end up finding some satanic blood cult that you don't want to get involved in. Yikes.
So, yeah, that is. If you see that, he's been arrested. Has he been arrested?
The vials of cat blood.
No, he has not been arrested.
If you see somebody carrying around, I don't know, a box of
vials of cat blood, called the St. Augustine Police Department.
People are weirdos, crazy weirdos. There are
in Florida.
There are out there.
Just on
there's just crazy weirdos out there, and it's just kind of.
Florida's a different level.
Oh yeah, Florida is something else. That's one of those. You ever listen to Waddle and Sylvie? They got Florida or Ohio.
Tallahassee area. That's one of the best segments on radio.
That'd be a good one for that, Boomy. You should message them that one.
I didn't hear what you said.
You ever listen to Waddle and Sylvie when they do Florida or Ohio?
Oh, I gotta check that out. I think I have heard you.
They do do a segment where they just say something that happened. So you would say somebody steals vials of cat blood from place, and they would have to say, is it from Ohio or Florida?
That's really good.
So I think yours would be a good one for
segment.
It. We'll have to.
That's awesome. I like that.
But anything post show, boys? Matt's not going to want to talk to me.
I don't know. I don't want to talk to you right now. I can tell you that. But outside of that, I don't know.
Hey, new episode out.
What's the Thursday night game? I'm drawing a blank here. What's the Thursday night football game?
Oh yeah, we got to do our bet for that. For the show. It is Jacksonville and somebody else in Florida. Jacksonville,
Miami. Real thriller.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's gonna be.
We didn't realize it was going. Who was playing? I'll take Jacksonville. Whatever the points are with Jacksonville, I'll take it.
Jacksonville's -3.
I'll take it.
I'm going Oppo. I'm going Fitzmagic on primetime.
Yep, give me the Dolphins as well.
When do you guys think that the Dolphins finally go to Tua?
As soon as Fitzmagic's done.
That could be never. So that guy will never be done.
People have been saying that for 10 years.
Could be midway through the first quarter tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah. He's got millions and millions and millions of dollars from that. I mean, he's
in a Harvard degree, in a badass beard.
Awesome career too, honestly.
Oh God, give me a backup quarterback.
Yeah,
give me a backup quarterback with
Daniels
4 years of being a starter,
sitting in Detroit, just making some $5, $6, $7 million a year.
Not even that. How about Josh? Is it Josh McCown that's getting paid to be the third string quarterback and doesn't even have to go to practice
do virtual,
or something?
Stuff.
Yeah,
awesome.
He's basically quarantines himself, so they have a capable starter.
That's the job I would want.
I will. I'll just sit in my house until they need me.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be the life.
Call me in
life.
Even if it's one of the 16 weeks to just get teed off on by Khalil Mack, I'll take that paycheck all day.
Well, thank you for joining me tonight, Matt at Matt Schoolfield at schools_01 and Boomy at Boomy TCF. I am Zach Lilia at ZLilia. TCF, the main page is at typical_Chicago on Twitter. Go over to Instagram and Facebook, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and you will find us on there. Give us a follow. Follow us on all social medias. Go over to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans, subscribe to the YouTube page, and then go over to wherever you get your podcast from. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. If it's Apple, please subscribe, rate, review, give us a 5-star rating. And if you go over to Spreaker, give us a follow on there. Shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Go there, buy some shirts, buy a flag, buy a hat, and then use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. At 26shirts.com Chicago. Follow them on all social medias. Boys, anything else?
Let's have a great Thursday.
Let's have ourselves a Thursday. We got a new podcast coming out on Saturday. We got a new podcast that dropped yesterday with Matt and Boomy from the weekend. The boys, the 30 and over club. Had
probably the best podcast this whole crew.
Been the best podcast. It's the first one I listened to. But if you say go check that out, and then Monday we will be back with Dom Frederick on to break down the MLB playoffs and how the Cubs will do. Cubs in 4, most likely, is what he will say. Anything else, boys? Nothing. Boomy, Matt, have a great weekend. I'll see you guys soon. It's been the TCF Morning Show, Thursday, September 24th. We love you all.
Peace.